I'm Simon, and I'm from Peterborough. I'm an accountant and also a coach stroke consultant or trainer. I first met Sanjay when I was having some challenges in my personal life around pressure at work and how much I was working in order to do the job that I was doing. So I went out to search for somebody to coach me on a personal level, and I was recommended by a friend to Sanjay. And in the first instance, I worked with Sanjay on a one-to-one basis. So I did some one-to-one coaching where I went over and saw Sanjay once a month. I completed that over a period of 6 months, and I also went through at the similar sort of time Sanjay's one-day presentation on EQ, and then his emotional mastery, which is his 3-day weekend. And now I'm currently going through his 12-month goal-setting program. The big gain for me was understanding how my emotions affected the actions that I was taking, and therefore those actions generated the results, and those thoughts generated the results that then generated the thoughts. So it was becoming aware of how my emotions affected the decisions and therefore the actions that I was taking. If I hadn't met Sanjay, I think I would still be working 60 hours a week, 70 hours a week, running around trying to keep everybody satisfied. I also had a bit of a challenge around conflict, so I didn't tend to tell people, team members, what I thought, so the appraisal process wasn't very good. So ultimately, if I hadn't have met Sanjay, I think the business would have been significantly smaller than what it was or what it is now, and my income would have been significantly less because of that. And probably the bigger picture is I wouldn't have started the consultancy business called Pull Your Socks Up Simon. I wouldn't be doing those sort of things because I wouldn't have been aware of the courage that I needed to do that. Because of the work that I've done with Sanjay, Greenstones is no longer controlling me. I'm in control of Greenstones, which is the accountancy practice. So I've dropped from working the 60 to 70 hours a week to being down to 1 day, 2 days a week, depending on what's going on. And then the rest of the time, I'm either spending at home with my wife and my new baby boy called Ben, or alternatively, I'm doing the Pull Your Socks Up Simon work, which is either one-to-one coaching or some one-day courses that I'm running. What I love about working with Sanjay is that he provokes my thought process. I understand through the work that I do that people have limiting beliefs. Sanjay enables me to highlight my own limiting beliefs much quicker than what I would do if I was working on my own, and therefore provokes me to think about how I can remove those caps that I put on myself, and therefore enable me to step out of my comfort zone and expand myself and therefore my businesses much quicker than what I would have been able to if I hadn't got Sanjay provoking me into doing that. The biggest challenge and the biggest dislike with working with Sanjay is that he forces is not quite the right word, but he provokes is the word of the moment. He provokes you into going inside and thinking about yourself, and every now and again there's something that comes up that isn't particularly comfortable. It basically highlights your stupidity, basically, and when you think about how stupid you've been in previous situations, then obviously that's not a particularly comfortable thought. However, I do know that feeling of stupidity then enables me to move forward and not make those same mistakes again. So even the bad stuff that Sanjay provokes actually has a silver lining. If you're thinking, or to anybody that's thinking of working with Sanjay on a one-to-one basis or in a group basis, is firstly think about why you would want to do one-to-ones or in a group basis, because sometimes you go to what's the most comfortable place to be. So you might be comfortable on a one-to-one basis because you don't like working in groups. Well, the challenge is go on the group thing and expand. But without a shadow of a doubt, working with Sanjay is one of the best decisions that I've made, both in my personal life and through the business stuff that I do. So it's an absolute no-brainer as far as I'm concerned that whatever way you choose to do it is just to have a conversation with Sanjay and see how you feel as a result of that process, and then how you'd wish to take it forward.